KT McFarland is joining us on that, Trump's former Deputy National Security Advisor. KT, always great to see you. We appreciate you coming on. We'll start with President-elect Trump's words. All hell will break loose. Comments on that?
Well, first of all, it's a gut punch to see that there are probably only 20 hostages remaining. We thought there were going to be probably 100, including some Americans. So if it really is only 20, these people have a lot to answer for. But when President Trump says that, I've never heard him be that strong in a statement of all hell will break loose. And President Trump is really fiercely protective, certainly of American citizens, but of vulnerable people. So when he says that, he means it. Now, what could he possibly do? Tell Israel just to get the job done. You know, if there's anything left of Hamas, obliterate it. And that will be the punishment, because otherwise, you know, the problem with hostages is that if it's successful, if it works to their political advantage or economic advantage or military advantage, bad actors are going to keep taking hostages. And we have the whole cycle repeating itself.
And it's been a year, more than, that they've been able to be held. Regarding the Newsmax story, again, indicates only 20 hostages are believed to be alive. The article goes on to cite an analyst with the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs who says, quote, part of the reason is that Hamas has been deliberately vague and misleading, depending on the direction of the talks. And part of the reason is that apparently some of the hostages have been held by groups other than Hamas, so it's very difficult to assess their status, end quote. KT, your reaction to how they're using hostages as a bargaining chip?
You know, in the Reagan administration, what we saw was the early versions of the PLO would take American and other hostages, and they would trade them from one group to another. Often they're held by a clan or an immediate family, and they're a currency. And so they will be traded for this or that, and they would pass hands. I mean, one of the men who used to work for me, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Higgins, was taken hostage in Lebanon, and he was, we think, before he was killed and hanged and assassinated, that he had probably changed hands multiple times from one group to another. They look at them as their savings account, which is, again, an indication of how sick this whole thing is.
All right. KT McFarland joining us with her thoughts on that. KT, always good to see you. Thank you for that. And again, to read this exclusive story, you can head to Newsmax.com for more information.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.